CJ, what are you doing now that you know you're doing better than you did it a year ago?
First of all, I just want to thank God for letting me be here at Ohio State. I want to thank God for letting me be a captain this year. But for this year, I definitely feel like just managing the game better, just taking what the defense gives me. If it's not there, just going through my reads, going through my progression, and finding the check down if that needs be, or running with my feet for the check down. So definitely just the game's kind of been slower for me, which I think is a good thing.
You got your first taste of going up against Jim Knowles' defense in the spring. Has that been different in the preseason camp? Has it been harder at all in preseason camp?
I think they've probably, they just kind of mastered their defense, I feel. Definitely Coach Knowles is really smart, and he does a lot of good things on that side of the ball, which causes you to think as a quarterback. So I definitely feel like they're doing some good things over there, and they're definitely mastering their craft when it comes to the defense better in the spring, better than in the spring.
Better right now?
Like I said, just like managing the game better. Definitely just going through my reads the right way and understanding if it's there, rip it. If it's not, just keep going through my progression and whatnot. And I definitely think it makes you stay honest.
He said that one of the things he likes to do is make the quarterback take a half a second longer. Have you seen that? Have you had it? Even if you don't want to go out of the example, please do it if you can. But just examples of maybe he's making you think a half a second longer.
For me, the spring was probably the case for that, but now after seeing it for a whole camp, then spring too, so I don't think it's that tough for me. I don't know if it's a half. I'm not sure. I just go out there and play ball and just try to think the best I can and my best ability. Even if that's the case, then I'll do that. Take that half a second and still try to read the defense, but if not, I'm just reading it regular. So I don't try to overthink it.
CJ, your relationship, your chemistry with the receivers, obviously you've worked on it in the spring, worked on it in the summer. This is more intense. Where are you with your receivers, most of whom are pretty new?
I definitely feel like the chemistry has definitely been built, of course, in the spring, and then summer workouts, private workouts with us, and then, of course, just keep building it through camp. So definitely has been a plus just to build that chemistry even more and more during the camp. And I definitely think the chemistry from each and every guy, even the twos and threes, I'm starting to get used to. I definitely think it's a plus for us.
Can you kind of give a little bit of a scouting report, a rundown on your chemistry, or just your impressions of some of those receivers?
Yeah, they're all unique in their own ways. Marvin is a all-around type of receiver. I feel like all our receivers are really all-around. They can do it all, go deep, break it down, take you inside, take you outside. They're all good releases. They're all unique in their own ways when it comes to their size and how they use their bodies and whatnot. But they definitely all kind of impact each other, and they all push each other and make it competitive in practice to see who wants to do the best. So I definitely think it's a healthy relationship in the receiver room.
CJ, I'm not sure how much you are aware, but the Big Ten reached a new media deal and whatnot, and in the release they said they wanted to be a coast-to-coast conference. And with you being from California, just how much did the brand of the Big Ten, not just Ohio State, appeal to you in your recruitment and your decision to come to Ohio State?
Yeah, for me, just in high school, I definitely wanted to get out the West, and there wasn't nothing wrong with the schools out there. I just wanted to play against other competition and try to just make it as hard as possible for myself. And I definitely think that's a good thing the Big Ten is doing. So I didn't want to play in the Pac-12. And, me coming all the way out here definitely was tough. But I definitely think that now that they're kind of combining with coast to coast, whatever the case may be, it's definitely promising for the West Coast kids just to be able to go to the other coast and play and see how those guys are. So it's inviting when you have some California dudes on your team already, which was in my case, was like Chris, Olave, Wyatt. Court was my roommate, and I definitely think that California connection will stay strong at Ohio State, and I definitely think it's a good thing.
CJ, what have you seen from Caleb Brown?
He's done really well. He's very dynamic, very twitchy, very quick. I'm not for sure, but I think he played running back in high school. And you kind of see like how he can see the field just off his running back ability. So he looked really good.
CJ, what does it mean to you to be selected by your teammates as a captain?
For me, man, it's a blessing from God, of course, and I think it plays testament in just like who we are as a team, and how Coach Mick kind of trained us to be tough, and he's definitely done it in my life, not just like outside of football. Not just in football, but outside of football as well. He definitely makes you men. First for me, it's God, but men of character. Coach Mick kind of brings that into it. So And then we push each other this offseason with accountability and things of that sort. So I definitely feel like I was at the front forward of that. So it's super amazing just to be a part of that legacy with so many captains not only do good at Ohio State, but going to NFL and do well. So I'm super blessed to be in my position.
With
What do
the
you want this
unfortunate
team to
injury-
be about that it wasn't about last year in that regard, CJ? What do you want to see? A little bit of a change. It's not slamming anybody else, but just what do you want this team to be about? Meaning, from that intensity standpoint, it's
Shout out Mike Hall. But I just wanted us to be us, man. I ain't got nothing to prove to nobody. We don't have nothing to prove to anybody. At the end of the day, it's about Ohio State. It's not about anybody else. I'm not sure if that answers your question or not, but that's just how I feel. I don't think any of those games we look back at, I mean, I don't really think that. I mean, kudos to those teams. They beat us fair and square, but I feel like we beat ourselves at the same time. So if Ohio State shows up Ohio State, I mean, I definitely think we're tough to beat.
CJ, with the injury to Evan Pryor, that unfortunate injury, who's kind of stepping up behind Travion and Mayan there? Is it Dallin Hayden, maybe some of the walk-ons? Like, who's kind of stepping up there as that number 3 runner?
Yeah, right now it's really just been Trey and Mayan, and then, of course, Dallin. He's very promising. He's a good young back. Still has a lot to learn, but he's stepping up in that role. So I definitely think our coaches have some ideas on what they want to do with the backs and whatnot. But, I mean, as of right now, Mayan and Trey are our backs, and Dallin is definitely coming up.
Cade Stover talked to me every day about the work he put in this summer to improve as a receiver. What kind of strides have you seen from him in the passing game?
Yeah, I mean, for him, he's definitely just been working on his breaks, getting out of his breaks, and high pointing the ball. If it's a deep ball, he wants to run under it, catch it not only just with his hands, but he's working on catching with his body as well, playing big. I mean, he's such a big body, but for him to be that big and be able to move, I never thought he was bad at route running, but he's definitely improved. And I mean, he's looking very promising for the season.
CJ, when you talk about being a captain and leadership, how do you, I guess, feel like you're going to approach that during the season and now?
I mean, I just approach it like I've been doing since I got here. I've always felt like I was by God's grace, I've always felt like I was a natural-born leader, that he's kind of blessed me with that ability. So, and I feel like I can relate to a lot of people in different situations, so that's what I'll keep doing. Just keep being myself, keep being unapologetically me, and just understand my role and my responsibility at Ohio State is to be the captain of the team and be a leader.
Do you plan to be more vocal? Like, is it just kind of doing what you've been doing?
I mean, I feel like I've been vocal since I've been a child, so I think I'm outgoing. I never had an issue of speaking my piece or holding other people accountable, including myself. So I definitely think that I don't think it will change.
CJ, could you give your impressions of Kyle and Devin? Kyle since last year and Devin since the spring?
Yeah, they've definitely made strides. Like Kyle, he's been a lot more vocal. He's definitely been way more, I think, comfortable in the offense. I never thought he was uncomfortable, but the way he just kind of approaches the game now like a pro is definitely paying dividends for him, and he's definitely getting better, becoming a leader that we need him to be for the twos and the threes, and I want him to even be a leader with the ones. You know what I'm saying? Just in case anything happens, God forbid. But I mean, Kyle's next man up, so definitely. And Devin. I mean, Devin has done a great job. He's a natural-born leader, I feel, too. So he's definitely done an amazing job just leading those young guys and taking those young receivers and getting chemistry. So I'm excited to see what they become.
CJ, I know your sister was still here when you were getting recruited here, so he's probably seeing your stuff. But like, how much of a relationship did you have with Corey during the recruiting process?
Yeah, Coach Dennis was definitely in my recruiting. Definitely wasn't at the forefront. Coach Day, and it was Coach Yursis, like you said, and they were kind of like the leaders of my recruitment. But Coach Corey came in after Coach Yursis left, and I already had signed. And Coach Day called me and just explained that he was going to make Coach Dennis the quarterback coach, which I was super excited for him to become. And he's done a great job of just being himself and leading us the right way with our reads and whatnot. And he's done a good job of just communication. And I mean, I feel like I've already had like a kind of cool relationship. He's a younger guy, so he kind of gets it. You know what I mean? With what we go through as ball players, and he played at Georgia Tech, so he understands like the grind of camp and the mental aspect of everything. So he's doing amazing.
So what's the dynamic like, and what's the benefit of having a guy who is younger than 30 who's in your room, and what's that dynamic like when your head coach is also a quarterback's coach?
Right. Yeah, I feel like Coach Day isn't like an old head either. He's cool. So he definitely has like cool ways as well where he understands. And then, like you said, he played the position, so he understands like what we see out there. And if he doesn't, he has no problem asking what we like and what we don't like. So he works hand in hand with us, and it's definitely amazing to see that. And then Coach Dennis, I mean, like I said, he's just a young dude, so other than kind of letting everything slide, he is a leader in the room too. Like he doesn't just like let us get away with anything. Like he's not that young, so it's been amazing just to work with the both of them, and they work well together.
Back in
CJ, what is
2020,
your
when
sense?
you and Jack were here, and obviously like Justin's the clear starter. And Justin was talking about he was with Day a lot more often than he was with you guys. Is that like the dynamic now, where you're with Day a lot more often than you are with maybe Corey Gaines, just because you are the starter and a little bit more established?
Right. Yeah. Shout out Zach Harrison. But nah, Coach Day. I mean, I'm not sure if that was just for that year, but Coach Day's been in the room with all of us. He's definitely pulled me to the side, and we've had our one-on-one meetings and whatnot. But more so than not, he's in the room with all three of us. I definitely think just my role as the leader in the room, and who everybody kind of looks up to. I feel it's kind of my job to make sure that everybody learns together, and I feel like Coach Day has done a great job with that, and not just kind of making it seem like I'm just like the total man. You know what I'm saying? Which I don't really like that kind of feeling. I want everybody to get better. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I definitely feel like Coach Day has done a great job with that.
Do you feel like
CJ, I
y'all
know
gotten
it's,
deeper
couple
and
more
deeper-
minutes, guys.
You feel like y'all gotten deeper and deeper into the quarterback play conversations with him each time you go in and have a meeting with him? And you feel like you're plumbing his depth, so to speak, as a coach.
Yeah, Coach Day is really smart. So I mean, it's tough to kind of pick his brain in a sense. But I mean, I feel like I do a good job kind of testing him.
Yeah.
I won't ask a dumb question, but I ask a question like to see if it kind of irritates him or something. But it really never happens. He's always been a kind of like a strong-willed person. I feel like me and him have a lot of similarities when it comes to that, and we're both really like student of the game. So I mean, I love watching film. He loves watching film, looking at other defenses, new plays, and definitely just piggybacking off each other. So Coach Jay's definitely great when it comes to that, and I feel like he tests my brain too. So I mean, sometimes I feel like he doesn't know how far I can go, and I think I actually kind of surprise him sometimes, being a little smarter than he may think. So I definitely think that it's a great relationship.
Yeah, one other quick. What is the sense you have of what will be different about this offense compared to a year ago? Because obviously there's been a few personnel changes, but y'all been pretty set in what it looks like the starting lineup's going to be. And so where can this offense go that it didn't get to last year, in your opinion, CJ? You know what I mean? From a running aspect or whatever. You know?
I don't know, man. Honestly, I mean, I just think it definitely is unique to the game and the defense we're facing that week. Our coaches do a great job. Coach Wilson, Coach Hart, Coach Dennis, Coach Day, Coach Fitch, I mean, Coach Hinton, they all kind of come in together and go through the game plan and kind of marry up that defense, whoever playing that week and what they do. So, I mean, it's tough to say right now what we're going to do better or what we're going to do. I don't know. Like, I just think that we're going to be us, you know what I mean? Just do us and be unapologetically us. And if that's throwing the ball, running the ball, whatever the case may be, I feel like we'll be good at it.
CJ, this on the way to the weight room, especially from the waist down, that could be a fine line with somebody who throws the ball. Could you just talk about what you did in the offseason?
Yeah, I mean, I've always took the weight room serious. Once I got to school, I never took it serious in high school or anything like that. So definitely something that I had to like adapt to. Coach Mick and me and Coach Mick really, I didn't say we didn't get along, but I didn't like to lift. But like I've seen like the progress that I've made, and I kind of fell in love with it. So I definitely think our strength staff does an amazing job, and of course Kayla, our nutritionist, she's done an amazing job as well, just getting my body weight right. I think I'm up to like 220 now. So and I feel the best I've ever felt in my life. Just like I think I've been PRing in like squat, I PR'd in bench, and I PR'd in my running. Like I don't know, I forgot the mile per hour I hit, but I PR'd in that. So I'm the fastest I've been since I've been alive. So I mean, it's pretty cool just to see like what Coach Mick's like his mindset and his thought process of like, since you get here, you really don't understand. But now since I understand, I feel I've definitely seen the growth, not only in the weight room but mentally as well.
CJ, this new media rights deal, is worth $1 billion a year. Any opinion on whether players at some point should start to see revenue sharing or some cut of those TV rights deals going directly to athletes?
I mean, I'll probably have to think about that a little more, but just off rip, I would say yes. Like, I mean, I think coaches as well too. Like, we're not. I mean, I feel like this game is definitely amazing, especially in the college atmosphere, because it still does have amateurism to it. With, I mean, they're paying for our school, so I mean that's definitely a plus. But at the same time, I mean, I don't think I'm not 100% sure what our tuition is, but I'm sure it's not the worth of how much we're actually worth. So, me personally, my mom has always taught me to know my worth. And I know I'm not probably worth $1 billion right now, but I'm worth
Let's
more.
say it would all go to you.
Nah, heck no. But I'm saying, like, it would definitely mean a lot, not only to the players, but to the coaches and the whole. I think even the school would appreciate just giving us maybe a little something, you know what I mean? Just because, I mean, we put in so much work. Like, we're in here, nobody's looking, and all the time that goes into it, it's definitely tough. But then you take time away from your family. Like, I'm 2,000 miles away from home. I don't want anybody to feel bad for me, but at the same time, I mean, it does take a lot of courage. It does take a lot of heart to be here for day in and day out, year in, year out. So I definitely think it should be shared. But if not, I mean, at the end of the day, we have the NIL space, and we can do it that way. So, I mean, the new college world is definitely turning around, and I'm here for it.
CJ, thank you very much. I got